Back here on the Kristian Garic Show. Making radio great again. My guest, Chase Spears, retired Army Major, contributed to the show. You can also find his work at AmericanMind.org. Chase, it's very obvious that the Kamala Harris-Walz campaign is reaching very, very desperate levels when they call Donald Trump Hitler, as they've done for 9 years, but then calls half the country Nazis. I mean, that's how desperate they are. They can't argue on policy. That's all they have.
You know, Kristian, this has been really frustrating for me to watch for many, many reasons, and I'll try not to get too amped up on it. I remember when she was coronated at the DNC as the presidential candidate, and the Democratic Party tried to gaslight the whole nation with this whole joy thing. She's bringing joy to the party. She's bringing hope to the election. They were trying to make it as if she were the actual Trumpian candidate, because anytime you go to a Trump rally or you observe Trump among people, they're happy. He's happy. They're having fun. Kamala tried to import that into her campaign. And we're seeing now they've lost the momentum, and the best thing that they can do is call half the nation Nazis. And it hit a fever pitch over Sunday when Trump had his rally at Madison Square Garden. And think about that. New York City, a Democratic stronghold. And he walks right into their fortress and packs out Madison Square Garden, and there are tens of thousands of people outside who can't even get in, and they're happy. And it was a 6-hour rally, and the people were enjoying it. And the best the Harris campaign could do was say it's a Nazi rally and put up pictures of Hitler addressing large audiences. Apparently, it wasn't a Nazi rally when Bill Clinton was there years ago during his campaign. But I got to tell you, Kristian, I think back to what I went through on active duty in the U.S. Army under the Biden campaign. They want to talk about Nazis, and they want to talk about fascism. Let me tell you what it was like serving under that administration during 2020, where if you dared question the progressive social orthodoxy, you were called an extremist. You were looked at suspiciously. If you didn't want to take that shot, there were some units that would make you tie a red band around your arm. There were some units where you weren't allowed to use the gym or to use the dining hall or even go buy food if you didn't have the shot. The unit that I was in, if you didn't have the shot, you had to wear a mask. If you had the shot, you didn't have to wear a mask. They were absolutely doing everything they could to mark us and shame us. And need I say more about when you're making Nazi comparisons to what the Nazis actually did to their enemies during the Second World War in terms of marking them for shame? That's exactly what this administration did to us. So when I hear them now continuing to call us bad names, I got 2 words for them. Screw you.
Over the course of the last weeks, months, and years, I've had too many people reach out to me and say things like, Chase, we totally share your convictions, and we wish we could say similar things, but we can't because the risk is just too high. No more. That excuse needs to end. That's why I'm launching an intensive coaching cohort called No Fear November. It'll be 1 month with me. We will identify what's holding you back. We will set a goal, and you will accomplish it. Too many of you are worried about losing the approval of small-minded people who abhor what you believe, and people who most certainly won't be at your funeral. And what you should be worried about is living a life of little meaning, a life that will be entirely forgot when you're gone. There are 10 slots, and once they're taken, they are gone. So it's your choice. You can continue living in fear, or you can do something about it. Let's make November a month in which we leave our fear behind, line our lives up with our convictions, and get into action.